Hello everyone. DSS replaces TINUBU's chief security officer. What's going on? Juicy. Where my mind is going to, it better not be. Where my mind is going to, I'm thinking, okay. But anyway, before I talk my mind, let me read what Daily Trust has to say. Daily Trust said that the Department of State Service, DSS, they are not actually Department of State Service, they are actually State Security Service, something like that. State Security Service, SSS, that's their official name. But this DSS is what they are using to fund themselves. The Department of State Service, DSS, has withdrawn ADEGBOYEGA FASAI as Chief Security Officer to Bola TINUBU. Daily Trust gathered that Rashid Atanda Lawal, a deputy director at the Secret Police, has been appointed as replacement for FASAI. Sources at the presidential villa hinted our correspondents that FASAI, who has served as CSO since Tinubu became president, not my president by the way, illegitimate president, was sent on a professional training. According to sources privy to the development, the Director General of the DSS, Tosin Ajayi, had requested Tinubu to approve the release of FASAI to proceed on a strategic training course. My amebo head is thinking, is it a strategic training course, or is there something that is brewing somewhere and then they are trying to mitigate the brewing that is brewing somewhere? I didn't say, oh, it's not in my mouth that you will hear anything, but it just looks as if there's something going on. Because the changing of a chief security officer, it's always not just such an easy thing like that. As in, literally, you want someone that you've bonded with, you trust, that you know is going to do it. And then sometimes also that person, you're very vulnerable to the person, and then if you're not sure, maybe there's some nitty. And you know, citizens have been asking for certain things these days, but anyway, I'm not gonna say it, you know, because I don't believe in that thing. Lawal is said to have assumed his duty at the presidential villa. Those conversant with the working of the DSS said FASAI's removal and replacement is not strange. So you see, we are not conversant, they are conversant. They say there's nothing strange about it, it's business as usual. From time to time, maybe change them so that they don't begin to form ideas. Those conversant with the workings of the DSS said FASAI's removal and replacement is not strange, adding that the outgoing officer ought to have anticipated it because it is a common practice in the service. The source also said whenever a new DG comes to office at the DSS, it's most likely to embark on reorganization in various areas of the service, especially around the president. Yes, I heard he has been replaced with another officer because he's been sent on a professional training course. At least that is the reason for his removal that we know. So what is the reason for his removal that we don't know? That is the thing that is doing me for my head, and I'm like, A and B, 1 and 1 are not forming 2, they are forming 11. So what is that 11 all about? So that's the way sometimes my mind thinks. I'm always looking at those, connecting the dots. There are always dots, to be connected. Such redeployment is a common exercise. It usually happens when the DSS gets a new DG. You know, they deal strictly with intelligence. Our DSS, the intelligence will be chasing them. They'll be running faster than intelligence. It is only when it comes to, the unarmed protesters that our DSS, all of a sudden, now have mouths and everything to be doing gaga. But when it comes to where they're supposed to get the intelligence, they run faster than the intelligence. Such redeployment is a common exercise. It usually happens when the DSS gets the new DG. You know, they deal strictly with intelligence and operate in secrecy. The new DG will always prefer to have his own trusted men on critical beats. Okay, that makes sense. The presidency and the office of the CSO to the president being number 1 on that list. The source, the DSS is actually set up to safeguard the president. That's why they directly to the president, not the one. They don't need to go. The president don't need to go out and do anything. But hey, and even the legitimate president, they serve them. At the time of filing this report, there was no official confirmation of the redeployment. There's no official confirmation. So where is all of this, sort of like coming from? One of the things that I really would have loved to know, it's all the 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 comments that usually come under that kind of this, but there are no official what do you call it now, there are no official statements that are out there. I'm just trying to go through my phone and see this thing. Let me see if I can see something like that. I just love looking at it. Let me see, where is the direction? What are people thinking about? Are they thinking what I'm thinking, or they are thinking something else, or they're doing something else? But anyway, okay, we have one here. Let me see whether there are comments here. No, this one doesn't have a lot of comments on it. Some of the blogs, it seems as if people are not really interested. It's like, whatever, you guys do whatever you want to do. We don't want to hear anything or anyhow. But there are quite a number of comments here. So this one, the Guardian has it. It says Ajayi's appointment signals new era for DSS under TINUBU. Okay, I think this was when the DSS this thing was replaced. But there are a lot of this thing out there. But hey, what do you think about all of these things that are currently going on? One of the things for me is when we see a lot of people who are agitating for certain kind of military takeover, I just look at it as a generation of people who don't understand what the military can be. Military is deadly. You want them in the barracks. They should stay there and stay put. Nobody wants them anywhere. Nobody wants them out there. Nobody is interested in having them in anywhere. They have been the worst Nigeria has had. Nigeria had military rule for a very long time. And if Nigeria was even had the good fortune to have even had the ones that cared about the nation, not just about themselves, about looting, stealing blindly, I mean, Nigeria would have been way ahead. But these people were so deadly. All they thought about were just themselves. Today, you see Abacha, they keep returning Abacha's money. I mean, Abacha is not the only one that looted the country. The other ones, they are still alive. So because nobody is saying anything to them, because Abacha died, if Abacha was alive, nobody will do all this nonsense of returning his money. The other ones, have they returned their money? I look at Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, I just shake my head. I look at him now, just sitting down. He can't even walk. He can't do this thing. This is someone at the height of power, IBB, they called him Maradona, the dribbling one, because he was never straightforward about anything. There was unprecedented suffering during IBB. That was when he did the structural adjustment program, just like what TINUBU is doing now, to literally kill people. Feeding was such a problem. 001 100 010 was a pattern of eating. People were literally had to be eating once a day. That's if you find the food to eat, once a day. So when I see people making those calls and asking for military, just a very myopic and lazy-minded way of getting anything done. If we want to fix something, we need to fix politics, and every one of us can do it by putting our hands down and getting the work done. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.